Hello there, it's Kim again with Wild Rose and Pearl. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based out of the Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada. I'm coming today to show you the paper pumpkin for July. A little behind on this one, but I am ready to do it. Made some space on my phone so I can do a video now. That's always a bit of an issue, but we're back and running. This one, as you can see, is kind of picnic themed. If the box is giving you a little bit of hint as to what's going on inside. Not always are the boxes decorated. A lot of times they're just a red box, paper pumpkin box with, but this one is decorated, and sometimes they do decorate them just to make it a little extra fun. And you could cover up the paper pumpkin piece here, right, with like a little piece of paper, and then reuse the box and send out a pack of cards in the box. So, like as always, you get your stamp here. I will show you it a little more up close with the little printed insert. We've got our stamp there. We've got our stamping spot, which is a garden green. We've got that. And then we've got bright red stuffing paper this time. Again, going with the theme of the little strawberries you can see on the front. And we shall flip this open and see what we have. Okay, so this is a little different from normal. Usually we have three cards each of 3 designs. This time we have 4 cards with 4 designs, 2 cards each. It looks like here. We've got some matching envelopes. They look to be all the same. And then, we've got our 4 cards. This is going to be cute. Okay. So the only things you need with Paper Pumpkin, it is a surprise subscription. But the only thing you need is when you get your first one, they'll give you a block that looks like this. It's thin. It's a thinner block compared to our regular blocks. As you can see, there's a difference in size there and thickness. And this one has like grooves for your fingers, so they call it ergonomically correct. So this is the this is the stamping block I'll use today just because I like these better. But you will get, with your first order, you will get one of these for free, and then you keep that and you reuse it as your subscription goes on. If you get stamping kits through Stampin' Up, they'll also give you one of those in the stamping kit, but those ones aren't a surprise. Those ones come to you as you see them when you order them. This one is fully a surprise. And I think it's really fun. It's like Christmas every month. But that's just in my humble opinion. Okay. Take the wrapper off. Flip that baby over. And inside the instructions, they tell us what we've got. It says here we're going to contain supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. And actually, it should be 8 cards, 8 envelopes. I think that's a typo. I think somebody else mentioned that actually. Then here's the add-on you can purchase to go with it. You can see that they've got a little bit of a strawberry or maybe an acorn, depending on how you see it. I think you can make it into both. Maybe for the fall ones, it could be more of an acorn. Our coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, which is our spot today. Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, which is that bright, bright red. Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger, which is a new color, Timid Tiger. Okay, sweeter with you. Then what we do is we take this first page, we open this up, and this is what we collect to make our cards. So this first page, when you open it, I mean, of course it opens up and shows you how to make the cards. This first page is our collection page. So the other couple of things that I would suggest adding to your crafting delight would be a bone folder to make the creases really nice and strong, and then a take your pick tool. If you've never seen this before, it has all kinds of different attachments, and it's got a putty end, so when you go to grab your embellishments, if it comes with embellishments in the kit, that putty end makes it really easy. Otherwise, yeah, just paper snips. So we will grab all of our pieces after I show you the stamp. So here's our stamp artwork. Copy. Hello friend. Really nice script here. Life is sweeter with you. You're the best. Love you lots. Little blossom. Thank you. And a lovely strawberry, which I don't think we'll be stamping in green today, but who knows? We might be stamping green strawberries. Huh. Like fried green tomatoes. You know, maybe green strawberries are good. I don't know. I've never eaten a green strawberry, so I would not know. Okay, and then with Stampin' Up! Kits, you always get all the adhesive you need. So this time we have some dimensionals, and we've got some tear and tape in here. We've also got some glue dots. Now, I might replace, actually I don't have those on hand, but a lot of times I'll save these and then for classes and stuff, and I'll just use my glue dots, but I think I'll have to use those today. We've got our envelopes. I always have a peekaboo at these because I'm not going to really come back to them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 envelopes. And they have a scallop edge. They are not lined on the inside, but the flap does have this cute little plaid picnic design to them. So I will put those aside right away because I really won't be coming back to those. Okay, so now we're going to pull out all of our pieces here. What do we got? What do we got? Card number 1. We're going to, and I usually pile them up along here, but I'm going to have to stack 2 at a time, I think. So we'll start with our card number 1 has a polka dot card base. Card number 2 has a strawberry card base. Card number 3 has a green card base. And card number 4 has a like picnic basket card base. Okay, so now I'm going to take the card bases and pull them aside just because I want to get easier access to my elements now, because we've got quite a few elements here to sort through. Okay, so card number 1, we've got some vellum. We've got some vellum pieces here, so put one aside. And then we've got a scalloped edge vellum piece. Now these are all laser cut and they're connected with this tiny little connection. Now I notice when the little pieces on the connectors end up on the edges, I notice a little bit. Some people don't notice, but like I notice when there's like a little white connector piece. So I'll just trim those as I go. We're doing this today. Okay, so we've got our vellum, scalloped vellum piece. We've got 5 little flowers. Where are those? Oh, there they are. And we might have extras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 2 more, 2 more. 3. We've got several of these flowers because it looks like we use them on every card. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see how easy those came out. Those came out super easy. We've got 5 of those. We have a little blue piece here. So you really only get one shot with this card set to make any alternatives. But like I showed you before, you can kind of see that there's little paper connectors are there. So I just, yeah, I just trim them off as I go. Okay, so we've got our 5 little flowers. We've got the blue. We've got the vellum. We need a stamping piece. So this shaped piece here. We've got a lot of bits, but it's like only 2 cards with those bits. So we don't really have any extras, I don't think, in this kit. Sometimes they throw in a couple of extra sentiment pieces. I mean, it looks like we've got 1 extra of these little blue pieces, but they're not throwing in a lot of extras on this one, I don't think. Okay, so we've got our sentiment piece, which is great because normally we would stamp these and then have to have a die cut to die cut it. With photopolymer, you can see through the stamp, so this makes it easy to line it up with your shape that you have, which is great. Photopolymer is great for that. Okay, and then we've got our lovely strawberry plant here. How great is this little strawberry plant? That's gonna look so cute. What a nice detail. Okay, strawberry plant. There we go. That's all the pieces except for our adhesives and our stamps and all that, those things. So then we'll move on to stamp card number 2. So I'm going to pick this one up, layered in on top of that one. Card number 2 is one big strawberry. Yeah, because we've got big ones and we've got medium-sized ones, or little ones, big ones and little ones. Say these are the medium-sized ones. Anyway, one big strawberry. Okay. One scalloped circle here. One pink piece here. We've got the square vellum. And we've got other little, like with this scalloped edge, I mean, if you wanted to trim that out, you could use that nice little scalloped edge for a different project, for sure. A little vellum accent, but here's our vellum square, rectangle, sorry. And then we've got 2 more of those little flowers. So 1, 2 little flowers. And that's all of our pieces for this card. Moving on to card number 3. We have 2 big strawberries. Yeah, these look the same. Strange, okay. 2 big strawberries. 1, 2. 2 little strawberries. 1, 2. 1 pink strawberry. Oh, wait a second. There is a huge pink strawberry over here. That is the one, because the berry here has red dots on it. Can you see that? Berry here has red dots on it. This one has like I would say blushing bride seeds on it, but blushing bride is not a color right now, so that can't be right. That cannot be right. Okay, and then we've got these 2 pieces here. 1 and 2. Two pieces of this blue pattern paper. And then we have 3 little flowers. So let's pull those 3. 1, 2, 3. So how many flowers do we use? 1, 2. Oh no, we still got another card. Don't count your eggs before they hatch, darling dear. Okay. Okay. I believe that's everything. 3 flowers, 2 small, 2 big, and one has like a bump on the outside of it. So let me just make sure I got the one with the bump. Yeah, I got one with a bump and one with a straight edge to it. Yep. We've got 2 of the blue pieces, and that's all we needed there. Okay. Number 4. Picnic basket. We need this big sentiment piece here. Big scalloped rectangle. And I can already see these are double-sided cards. So if you wanted to stretch your card bases, I always suggest cutting those in half and using your extra pieces to make other alternatives. Once you've made your cards, you can make the alternatives with all your spare little bits. Okay, we've got a rectangle with a scallop edge. So, yeah, I've kind of been pulling from a couple things here. So it looks like we do have an extra scallop. They've given us an extra scallop. And they've given us an extra circle and an extra sentiment piece. So we do have a couple of extras here for if you have a little hiccup or something. They have given you a few of some select items. So that's great. That's always great. Who's going to turn down a few extra items? There's also one extra big strawberry, it looks like. One extra huge strawberry. Because there's 3 of these. And you would only use 2. There's only 2 cards. So let's go to this one here. We've got one pink with red seeds. We've got one of these flat bottom girls here. And then we've got one with a bump on the side. And we've got one little strawberry. Oh, is this a BB one? I feel like maybe these ones were for the other card. Let's double check those. Yeah, because I took one strawberry out here. I feel like this little strawberry from this pack was for this card. And then these ones have shading on the side. And I believe those are more for this. 1 and 2 for this card. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. So that means that there is going to be... Oh, did I lose one? There they are. Yeah, so those ones have... There was one with shading on the right-hand side and one with shading on the left-hand side. So I'm going to put... So that's the difference there. These ones have shading on the left-hand side on all these. So that means you are probably getting an extra one. To double check that at the end. Okay, then we've got 2. And some people would use these for shading, like these extra. These can be used as stencils. So if you wanted to have like a halo behind it, you could just use this as a stencil. Maybe. Okay, and then we've got 2. So we've got 1, 2, and yeah, I need another strawberry. I need another strawberry. One of these ones. One of these kinds of strawberries. These big strawberries. So we've got 1, 2, the one with the bump. 3, the flat bottom girl. We've got 4. Oh, that's the difference. 1 and 1, and then this one's got a going that way. So that's the kind that I need. The one that goes that way. I need one that goes that way. You can tell by the stem. That's the difference on them, is the stems. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I think this one needs to be changed out. It's supposed to be one that's shorter and to the right. Shorter and to the right. Yep. So if I am following these, it's pretty obvious if you look at the stems. That's going to be my tip. Look at the stems. Look at the stems. Okay, and we're going to put that one aside now. We're going to put this one aside, except for we are going to grab this out of here. So this is our little strawberry basket, which also works great for cherries and blueberries. Those little baskets at the farmer's market. Or we are lucky enough to have a local market here called Painters. Best place to get ice cream. Okay. There we go. I think I've got all my pieces now. We've got all of our pieces. Yay! Okay. Now it's time to start assembling. So it looks like we're going like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So page 1 has 2 cards on it. So make sure you don't flip it too early because it's got 2. I'm going to probably replace this tear and tape with my Stampin' Seal because it's just faster and easier to use. But we will get started. So I'm going to take my stamping spot. I'm going to grab it, my scissors, and I'm just going to run it away from the body and along the break and seam line of the top and bottom of my stamping spot. There we go. There we go. Okay. And she's open. Okay, stamping spot is open. We need Hello Friend. Pull that off of our backing. Lay that on our paper. And then I'll just pick it up. You'll see that I don't line it up directly like this because I don't want to bend on the edge here to make it straight. I don't want to worry about that edge. So when I do it diagonally, it's so that I'm depending on my eyes. Then I'm just going to get the factory finish off of it just by going like that on my arm, or you can use Versamark ink pad. You can wash it up, dab it in Versamark ink, and then it should take your ink really well. There's always a factory finish on it that makes the ink pool. So I like to get rid of that. And then I'll just pick that up. Perfect. So we've got Hello Friend and Love You Lots. We're going to do both those stamps. And our Hello Friend is going to go onto our little piece. Hello Friend is going to go onto. I'm just going to put my adhesives to the side, pull in my cards here, and we're going to stamp our Hello Friend on our lovely little piece here. Ooh, I've got a couple of little bits on this baby. I'm just going to want to get rid of so they don't show. Done. Take our stamping spot. I always turn it over and have it stamp on the onto the stamp rather than trying to do it with like the lid in the way. Sometimes that gets a little, oh yeah, we're trying to stamp on here and the lid is clickety clacketing, and so it's just easier for me to turn it over and stamp it. Make sure it's covered in ink. Sometimes I will take a piece of paper, bring it in, and I'll stamp it off once on a piece of paper just to see if I've got, nope, it looks pretty good. It pools up a little bit sometimes, but the more times you stamp with a ink pad, it kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't pool. The more times you use it, the less you have that pooling ink problem. So we're trying all of our ways, all of our tricks here to stop it from pooling. Okay, so now I'm going to look through my photopolymer stamp and I'm going to line it up in the center of that sentiment block. It's really going to be hard for you to see it. Do you know what? I will bring in my stamping Pierce mat, Stampin' Pierce mat. This is also really good for photopolymer because it has a foam to it. So it allows it to give a little compression because photopolymer doesn't have any foam to create flexibility like the rubber stamps do. So it's all, I mean, if you want to grab a Pierce mat or a piece of foam, you can do that, and then you can really see, like you can see, even you should be able to see that the edges and how I'm stamping in within there. Nice and centered. Look at that. That worked out beautiful. Okay. So we've got our Hello Friend. Then I need to stamp on this little green, or sorry, this is going to be, what's this? Pool Party. I know it's Pool Party. Because they told me that one of the colors in the kit was Pool Party. And this is the one that is that color. For sure, for sure. Okay, I'm going to clean that off. And then I'll just put it over on my cleaning spot over here. Come back and give her a real good scrub after. Now I need to grab Love You Lots. You can see on the instruction. Oh, let me pull those back in. Love You Lots. Hello Friend, Love You Lots. That's what we're doing today. And I'm going to do the exact same treatment I did last time. So just getting that residue off of there. And because I moved it around by cleaning it with the stamping cleaner, I'm going to lay it back in its natural wet form, and then I'm going to pick it up again, just so it lays nice and straight. Then we're going to stamp across here. Love you lots. Looks pretty covered. I'm pretty confident, but I do have a backup one just in case I mess it up. But I'm pretty confident it's going to be good. Nice and centered. Ooh, that's the only thing that could have messed it up, was that little bumpity bump back on. So love you lots, looking fabulous. We'll put that there. Okay, so we've got our hello friend, love you lots. Now it's just taping the back of this strawberry. So I'm going to put that aside. And because I don't want to pull out my tear and tape, I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to put some pieces on like this. Here, actually, for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you how to do this a couple of times, and then I won't do it for the rest of the video. But this is all the adhesive you need. You do not have to buy more adhesive. I just love Stampin' Seal because I don't have to take off any backing, but it's just saying to place it. So you just pull up the tape, you place it down, get to your desired length, and then you pull up on the tape and it tears right off. So then we're just going to place our tape down like this. And we're going to pull up on that tape and boom, it is all off. So I'm going to put that aside now because, again, this is one more step to take the backing off the tape with my Take Your Pick tool. And taking the backing off the tape with my Take Your Pick tool. So there we go. We've got that. Now we've got all these little flowers. I'm going to flip them right side down. And we've got all of our little glue dots that came with our kit. So I'm going to pull those in. I can use my Take Your Pick tool to pick up my glue dot, place it down. I can take my scissors. Usually you open them up just a pinch. Grab your glue dot, place it down. I'm going to go back to my Take Your Pick tool, but that just shows you can do it if you don't have fingernails. Like me, you can just do it with a pair of scissors. Little pair of little snips. So we've got 5 of those on there. Then it's calling for, ooh, what's it saying about the vellum? We're gluing the vellum down. It's not really telling us, like it's telling us to glue this onto the vellum. That's for sure. But it's not really telling us how we're going to put the vellum on our card. I'm guessing we're not using dimensionals, but that could be fun if we wanted to. I'm not sure if we'd have enough dimensionals in the kit, but I might just want to put my vellum on with some dimensionals for a little pop-up on the polka dots. We'll see. We're going to play with that. Okay. And what do we got here? We've got our strip, but it's not telling us how to put that on there either. This is dimensionals, but our little blue strip, I think, is going to get added on maybe after. I'm guessing that would be tear and tape. From the way that it's done here, it's just laying on top of the sentiment, and the sentiment is on dimensionals. So I will pull those dimensionals in, and we will get our sentiment here that we had already done. We'll pull that over and get our dimensionals onto that. So they've got 1, 2, 3. I would think these should actually be mini. These look like they should be mini dimensionals even, maybe. I mean, they are fitting, but I just feel like they're going to really show out the side there. And then they've got one more. Oh, they've got one here at the bottom, right here, that is going to grab that. It's going to grab that love you lots, I'm sure, on the front. The way they have it pictured, it's coming off the bottom, so it means that it's going to be, something's going to be happening with that. It's got a purpose for it to be off the bottom. Okay, so we're going to put our strawberries on, and this one is coming over the top, and so here, I'm going to show you like this. I'm going to bring this back in just so we get our spacing right on these. So let's pull this one off to the side. Just because you can't see vellum, you just can't see it. So this one here is going to be coming up the side here, and our branches coming up over the top. We've got some of our strawberry leaf coming off the bottom here, and a touch of the stem coming out down here. So we're just going to lay that down. Okay, so that's our first part. Then we're going to grab our hello friend. Now I can see why the vellum is going to have to lay down, because the vellum, because this flower, well, it's just this one flower. I could probably pop that up on dimensionals. Okay, but we're going to see what it looks like when we're done here. Okay, so we're going to take our backings off of our pop-up feature here. Okay. Going to place that across the front. We are coming right over the leaves on that little flower, or that little strawberry down here. So we've got no leaves showing. We've got a touch of the leaf showing underneath here. It's going to sit there, kind of centered to the card. I should probably have it over to the right a little bit more. It's going to be centered. So it's centered on there real good. Okay. Then our Love You Lots is going to sit right here under Friend. And it comes off the end of the vellum about 1/4 of an inch. So they've got it stuck to that little piece, like that little spot I showed you earlier. But you know what? I don't feel like it's secure enough. So I'm going to grab a glue dot from here. And before I place that down, I'm going to put this glue dot just under the N, because I want that little piece, to be more secure. So I'm just putting that under there. I'm going to now line this up nice and good here. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, that's on there a lot more solid now. I might have to shimmy it to get it a little more straight once we get it on the card. Okay, then I'm going to take all these little flowers. I'm going to bring these in. All of our little flowers here. I can take my putty tool and just pick these up. Oh, come on, don't make me a liar. I think my putty is all worn out. But if I had my putty, if I had good putty on there, I would be able to just... Come on, putty. I think I need a refill. So yeah, you just twist it till the putty comes out. It's pressure. Okay, so then we're going to take the backings off our little flowers. Adhesives here. Got one. Right here on the cross of this stem. Another one. We've got right here coming off the end of our leaf, just below the bottom of our strawberry there. We've got another one coming right into the center of our stem, right up against our strawberry leaf there. A little bit of stem showing. Another just tucked under our hello. Just tucked under our hello. If I was really smart, I would take another half a dimensional, or The dimensional sheets, these end pieces are great too. And I would just place that underneath my flower here. So I'm just going to go like this, place that there. Just so that it's got a little more strength under it. I'm going to tuck it under like I did before. Except for this time it's got strength. It's going to stay popped up there. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. I need one more right there. This is why I use my tinker pick tool, because my fingernails are not the bestest. And we've got that one popped right there. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my card base. And again, I said they were double-sided. So if you cut this off and you put it on a regular card base, you will get 2 designs from each card base. So I'm going to fold my card base in half, use my bone folder to crease that edge really good. And now I'm going to see what I want to do. Do I want to pop, so the vellum is completely lost. To me, the vellum is nice, but it's not the same as if you were to pop it up a little bit. The vellum would showcase so much better. So I'm going to put dimensionals behind this. I'll use my borders if I have to, but I like it with dimension much better. Reminds me of this fella from the UK. His name is Martin, and his channel was called Martin's Mayhem, and I just loved his accent, and I couldn't stop watching him because I just loved to hear him talk. And he used to say, whenever he would put dimensionals on, he would go, "Dimension is life. Dimension is life," with his UK accent, and I just loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved it. So that is going to go there, and you can see now the difference between having the popped up vellum. Like all the nice shadowing you can see, and then you don't get it flush up against the polka dots, so you don't see it through, so it creates kind of a haze. I think dimension is life on this one. Very much. Very much so. Okay. And then if I really wanted to have a lot of fun, I would put a little bit of Winkostella on those babies. Those little flowers right in the middle. But that's such a cute card. Oh, look at how cute that is. Okay. Get over it. Move on to the next one, Kimmy. Okay. Next one, number 2. We're going to pull all of our pieces. They should be hovering on the base of the card. Awesome. Possum. Okay. Here is card number 2. So we're going to do stamping thank you and you're the best on these pieces. Now, how could you have that be the back of a card? We're going to fold that over and that's the back. Nobody needs to see that. We're going to remedy that. We're going to have to cut that back off and use it as another card base, or at least an accent strip or something. Anywho, we folded it in half. We're going to put that aside. Now we're going to take our Stamp Up from our last one. And then we're going to pull up our thank you. Thank you stamp. And you're the best. So here's our thank you. And you're the best. I'm going to pull that off ahead of time. Put that over here. So I got it ready to go. So there we go. And we have had previous stamp sets that are like all kinds of berries or all kinds of fruits, but this one is this is just strawberries today. Just strawberries. That is all we is doing. Okay. Gotta cut off these little things, because I see them against the black. Anything dark or colored, I see them. I'm not the only one who does that. I'm going to put it on my thing here. I put it on my foam so that I could have it ready to go for stamping. I guess I'm going to use this today. It's kind of my jam today. You don't need it. You can just use any kind of like foam from the dollar store or whatever, like your little foam that you can get, those foam pieces. You can also use the backing off of, like, there's other stamp companies that have like a foam backing that comes in with the photopolymer stamps, and you can just use that depending on what you have, how fresh you are at doing cards. Now, the beauty thing about using a circle is you don't really have to be perfectly straight. No matter which way you go, you're kind of straight. You just gotta line up your circle, right? So you can just stamp that on there, knowing you're fairly safe. There we go. That looks pretty good. Take that one off. Put that away for washing. Pull in our little "You're the best." Thank you. You're the best. And grab our green. Make sure I'm stamping on the pink side, not the white side. But the backs of these are white. So if you ever decided like you just didn't like the pink, flip it over. It's just a plain white on the other side. If you ever want to design something a little different, maybe with your spare pieces and your trimmed off backs. Okay, you're the best. Stamped. Good job, lady. Okay. Now I'm going to put that aside. And we're going to pull in all of our pieces. So we've got our vellum here. That's going to end up with tear and tape on the back of it. I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal today. But we are dimensioning everything. So, if I was to go like this is kind of tricky. So we've got this, then we've got our strawberry, then we've got our sentiment. So I'm just going to put on our strawberry and our sentiment and everything according to picture number 3. Then I'm going to use my dimensions to pop up my vellum again because I know I really want to do that. But they've got this laying flat again with all this stuff dimensioned on top. I like the dimension being behind the vellum. So I'm going to put some tear and tape across, or some Stampin' Seal across here. And then if you were to, so here's what I'm talking about. So it has it popped up with dimensions, and you're looking at the back of the vellum here. This is your rectangle, right? So it's got 3 dimensionals and a dimension on the cherry, and then this is obviously going to just be adhered to the front. I'm going to adhere these pieces to the vellum, and then I'm going to pop up the vellum on the front. So basically all I have to do is follow this diagram on how I'm going to place everything on front, and then I'm going to flip it over and add my dimensionals. Okay, so I'm placing my thank you. Let's pull this over again. Thought I was putting it away. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to line up the T and the H with the top of my vellum. And about a 1/4 inch from the end. So there we go. We've got our thank you. Then I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal or tear and tape, and I'm going to put my strawberry right on there. This is the wrong strawberry. It's supposed to be facing to the right. I'm going to swap it out. This is the one I need. So I'll just grab one of these after. This is the strawberry I need. It's our flat bottom girl. So we're going to put our stem going off to the right, lined up with the top of the vellum there. I think it needs to go in a touch more though. Nice and close to that. Thank you, right there. Okay, and then you're the best. is going to get adhered to that as well. So that's just staying on my... So, you're the best. It's going to come across right under the thank you, across the strawberry, and about what would I say that? About 1/8 of an inch off the end of the vellum. So I'm lining that you're the best pink up with the bottom of the vellum here because I can see it really well. Okay. So then I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to add them to the back of this so that it's nice and popped up and there's some space in between. But you can only put your adhesive behind vellum. Vellum, you can only put your adhesive behind your elements. Otherwise, you'll be able to see the vellum. So we'll pull in our card now. And this baby's going to get placed about, it's kind of, this bit is centered to the card, not this bit. So this is centered to the card. So it comes down, a couple of strawberries on there. And that's centered to the card. Yeah. So it's probably going to be about there. And then I'm going to add some glue dots to the back of these, which I did not do right here. I'm going to add those to the back. I'm going to add those to my built vellum bit there. Okay, and we're halfway. About halfway. Grab some glue dots to the back of our flowers. 1 and 2. So the directions are a little funny with those little bits there. Now because we're making 4 cards today, this video might be a touch longer than it usually is. Okay, that called for a glue dot, but again, we've got this situation where it's coming over the top of the vellum there, so I'm gonna have to put in another one of these little edge pieces here. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna put a dimensional on there instead, so it's nice and secure up above that corner. And there we go. Look at how cute that is. These are really cute cards. Really cute cards. Okay, I think I say that every time, but whatever. Okay, next up we're going to use the thank you again. So let's pull this one off for cleaning. Pull in our thank you again. I didn't clean that last time, so I'm going to come back here. Put a little spritz on there. Give that one a little clean. There we go. So we've got our thank you, and we need to do 2 flowers. We're using both these little flowers. Oh, we're gonna stamp the. That adds a lot more dimension. We're gonna be stamping the back of the sides of the card here. So we'll pull this one in again to do our stamping. And this one, we're actually going to stamp on this flower here. So we'll take these pieces off. Put those aside. We're going to stamp the thank you directly on our pink flower. Or sorry, it's not our pink flower, it's our pink strawberry. I've never had a pink strawberry before either. But I did just buy my sister strawberry seeds for white strawberries, which maybe that's what it is. These are like the pink/white strawberries. So that could be fun for her to make. Put those on a nice charcuterie board one day. Grown from her own garden. We're hoping she likes them, the girls and I. Birthdays are always fun. She's very, very good at growing plants. I was never born with a green thumb. I should work on it. I know. Practice makes perfect. But I just never had the discipline for it. I should try. A little harder though. I do grow flowers. Like I have flowers in the flower baskets by the front door and stuff. I mean, when I put them in there, I've got a little bit of water on here. Should have. There we go. You always have to have a dry block or you don't. It doesn't work out well. Okay. So it looks like we're just going to stamp a whole bunch of little flowers on there. So we've got 4 little spots where we're putting our flowers on. And that's just going to create some texture on the front of this very plain card base. So we've got one set here on this side. And then we're going to put another set. Yeah, I feel like that residue's being funny on this one. Okay. We've got another set up here. 2. Yeah, the ink's pooling a little bit. The image is coming out okay though, so I'm just going to keep going forward with it. Then we've got another one here. And another set of blossoms. Right down here. Perfect. Okay. Pull that aside. Don't have any more vellum. I'm just going to fold this one in half. Use my bone folder to burnish that edge a bit. Now it's calling for our 2 blue pieces here. Our little blue pieces. It's calling for some tear and tape on the back of those. And those are going to be placed kind of willy-nilly on there. A little bit off kilter. Off kilter is what we would say, I'm guessing. An off kilter way. So pull in my Stampin' Seal. Just calling for 1 strip down the middle and 1 strip down the middle there. We've got 1. Oh, let's kind of more this one first. I'm actually going to tuck the other one under. I feel more confident in lining up my bottom one a bit more than I'm feeling confident in lining up my top one. Okay, so the bottom one's here. My top one, because I've only got adhesive in the one spot, right? Wild. Somehow I got a stamp on that. Okay. And this one I'm lining up more this way. Oh, it's not centered. So I need to come up a bit more, I think. It's okay if it's not perfectly centered, as long as it looks proper on there. Okay, so we've got, we're supposed to have 3 strawberries, right? 1, 2, nope, 2. Okay. 2 big ones. 1, 2 little ones. Let me double check that. How do we do this? Blah, blah. 2 big, 2 little. 2 big, 2 little. Okay. So, got 1 big one going that way. Stem going that way. And we've got 1 with a little bump out the side going that way. Okay. We've got a strawberry going this way on this one. And we've got this strawberry going this way on this one. These are added with dimensionals. Okay, if I turn this over, this one's only got glue dots. This one's got dimensionals. That way, we've got 1, 2, 3 flowers. Okay. This one here has got glue dots on this side. If you can see the image here, I'm going to show you this. Okay. So this one is this one. It has 2 glue dots on the right hand side. We've got 3 glue dots on our flowers. Dimensional, dimensional on our other 2 strawberries. So this one with the bump on the side and the stem going this way are going to have 2 dimensionals. We've got our big pink strawberry. That's got 2. I'm going to put 3 because you always put 3 for balance. Then I'm going to add this with a dimensional there. Okay. We are now organized. I have lined these up on my sheet just like they're on there, so it makes it really easy for me to figure out what I'm doing here. So 2 glue dots on this one, dimensional on that one, dimensional on the other big medium one, dimensional on the other small one, and 3, I'm going to add 3 dimensionals to the back of my big pink strawberry. 1, 2, and 3. Voila! There we go. So first up, we're going to place down our first strawberry. We're placing down these 2 first, but I already did that ahead of time. I jumped a little forward because I just wanted to have some of my pieces placed down while I got organized. Okay, this strawberry is lined up right with the edge of the top of our blue here. We're kind of just a smidgen on this side. Okay, then we've got our small strawberry that matches with that one. Stem going this way. We are going to be placing that one directly on top of this strawberry here. Right there. Okay, then we've got our pink strawberry. That one is going to get placed second. And it is tucking over the bottom of this strawberry here and over this strawberry. Quite a fair amount. Maybe actually, is it more like that? It's more like that. Okay. And just kiltered off to the side a little bit. And I'm going to grab the back of this strawberry here. Take the backing off of that. I'm going to kind of cover over that gap there. And we're going to line up those 2 leaves together, and this is going to be pointing towards the K. Boom, got that one on. Then we're going to add our little strawberry here. That's going to come right in the bottom. It's coming off the bottom of our thing here, but I'm actually going to tuck it a little higher because I think it looks pretty good right there. So this one was positioned lower, but I also feel like my blue was a little bit higher. So I'm just going to place it there. But nobody's going to know. They'll never see the example. They'll only see what I give them. So I am happy with that. Next up are my 3 little flowers. And we are going to put 1 right in the top corner here. And I'm not lining up the edge of these flowers like exactly the way it's showing in the photo. I'm just putting them on the way I feel they should be, like the way it feels right in the moment. This one here, we've got that same thing again, where it's supposed to be higher, but it does not slot for a dimension on the back of it. So again, I'm going to cut a half a piece of dimension and I'm going to add it to that one. This one here, though, is like really good. Like, it's right on the strawberry. Totally fine. Right on the strawberry. There we go. But yeah, this one needs Dimension is Life. Okay, so we're going to add that to the back there. And then we're going to place that one right off the end there. And it's going to be where it belongs in a nice, solid, structured way. Look at that cute card. Number 3 down. Okay, number 4. Flip over the page. Number 4 here on the back. We're going to do some more stamping. I'm going to put that aside this time. And we've got our pieces here. 2, 3, 1, 2 flowers. This is going to get some stuff on the back, but first she's going to be stamped up. Okay. Life is sweeter with you. That's what we're looking for. Life is sweeter with you. Gonna wash that. Dry that off this time. A bit more. So the only one we didn't use today, funnily enough, was the strawberry and the topper. But you could make all the strawberries your heart desires with your free stamp set that comes with your paper pumpkin kit here. You know? That's the thing. We don't usually ever use all the stamps, but they are there to give you inspiration to do more crafting when you're done. Grab some extra supplies and stamp away. Make some more cards that you are inspired by these, and then continue on. Make some stuff that makes your heart happy. Okay, so we're just going to line this kind of with you, lined up with the bottom here, just to kind of get a straight edge. Photopolymer so I can see right through. Life is sweeter with you. It's looking good. I'm just cutting these little bits off here. Really does make a difference to me not to see these little nibs, especially coming out of a bump like this. Like, weird. Okay, then we're going to be putting our adhesives on. So that was the only stamp that time. So now we're going to line up our pieces. 1, 2, just like the picture or image here. So I'm going to line everything up like this so that I can see what I'm doing, right? So we're going to line up this one here, this one here. We've got our 2 little flowers. 1, 2. And we've got our batches of strawberries. So we've got our pink strawberry, which is going to be the middle of our nest. We've got our strawberry with the shadow on the edge here. I'm thinking that one is going that way. That way. So this way. So this one's going to come here. Then we've got our strawberry with the bump. Flipping over. Strawberry with the bump is going to go this way. And then we've got one more strawberry that I lost along the way, which is our flat bottom. Our flat bottom girl. Where is she? Where's our flat bottom girl? There's a flat bottom girl. There's a flat bottom girl. So we've got our bump strawberry, big strawberry, pink one, and a flat bottom girl. This one's going to go this way. So if you look here, this is our flat bottom girl. She's going that way. We've got our one with the bump on the edge. That's going that way. Our pink one is underneath, which makes her front and center when we flip it over. And then we've got our one with the shadowing on the left sitting on the bottom. So this one's gonna be over the pink one by just a slight bit. I see that the leaves are kind of going underneath there. Then we've got our bump girl, and that's just right backed up onto that leaf there. We've got our flat bottom girl, and she's bumped right against that one there. So these are all going to get dimension now. All going to get dimensionals on them. Now how they end up all together, you've got me, because they're not really adhered together. So I'm actually going to place this one over the pink one, but over the other ones to hold them in place. I'm going to place this one over the bottom of these ones to hold it again, hold it in place. I don't even understand why they would do this, because this strawberry is just going to sit right in there. That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, but I feel like if this strawberry is inside of this basket, underneath this pink one, we don't even see that strawberry. What a wasted strawberry. I'm going to make an executive decision, and I am going to take this strawberry out of this strawberry basket because it's not feeling the love. And I'm going to use that on a different card. I just don't see the point in it sitting inside that basket. So I'm going to put that one on there. I'm going to save that for another card. It's going to live to see another day. I guess they're showing it on the bottom there. It's not that important to me to show that strawberry sitting on the bottom there. They're showing through the bottom of the basket. It's not that important to me. It deserves to shine a little bit more than that. So I'm going to make an executive decision and take it out of the basket. You can put yours in if you want, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to have it lost in there. Okay. Just going to cut these ones off here. I mean, the designers, they think about all that stuff, but I'm not sure anybody who's receiving this card is going to notice it from me. That's going to call me up and say, why do you not have a strawberry in that bottom of that basket? I don't think they're going to notice, and I think I'm going to enjoy putting that on another card. So this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're not showing this strawberry. They're not showing the little strawberry on the front. So I'm going to figure out how that goes on in just a minute. These ones are flat to the card. I am going to let that happen this time because there's no vellum involved in this one. So I'm just going to let this baby go flat. So we're going to fold this over. I'm just going to put that aside up there for just a sec. This is going to be folded over with my bone folder, nice burnished edge. Bring this in. Hoping we can see everything. Yeah, we can. Perfect. This is about 3 bars down, nice and centered. Kind of centered directly to the card. Really good there. Okay. We've got that piece on. Then we're going to place some adhesive on this one. But first, take our backings off our strawberries. We're going to attach our strawberries to the back of our little basket here. So we're placing that there, here, and then we're lining it up with the top. So these strawberries are getting lined up with the top and to the side. With the top of our scalloped edge, we've got one stem coming over about a 1/4 inch. And then this one here is adhered to our strawberries. I'm just going to add dimensions to the back of this just to pop up the bottom, because that extra strawberry would have done that. Would have popped up that bottom for us. That extra strawberry would have done that job. But because I pulled out that extra strawberry because it's just too valuable, I am going to just add this to the bottom here. Now I'm placing this over the, away from the scalloped edge, so you don't see straight through it. You see through it more on the picnic basket there. So I'm doing it like that. And then I'm going to grab these 2 flowers. We've got one on the top over here, the edge of our little basket. And we've got one here on the bottom. I do see why they did the red there, but I don't see, I mean, you could say I'm wrong, but I'm just like, would that make such a difference to have some red polka dots on the bottom there? Even if I was to cut a little sliver off, I'd still have the top of a strawberry to use. But yeah, I just didn't see the point in having that red strawberry at the bottom. Oh, okay. This one here, I'm going to use a dimensional on the back of it because it needs to match the front of the basket, and the basket is popped up. So we are going to put a dimensional on that one. We're going to tuck the corner of that baby right underneath there. And life is sweeter with you. Put the bottom of the S right in between the leaves there. And there we go. There's our last card. Do you notice that the strawberry's missing? Does it really make a difference to what it looks like here? Like here you can see there's like a little sliver of red in there. If you're looking here, like a tiny sliver of the red strawberry in there. But because I brought it down so it was below that scalloped edge isn't coming and cutting into it. I brought it down enough that that scalloped edge isn't bumping in and causing a visual disturbance there. It's just hollow. I think this is great. I'm gonna love putting this strawberry onto another card base. I could make a whole other card with something like this plus our extra sentiment, and it will look so cute. It will have a very good life outside of the bottom of that little basket. Anywho, that is our 4 cards for today. That's our little Sweeter with You paper pumpkin. If you haven't thought of paper pumpkin before, this might pique your interest. This was such a cute little card set. So we've got our little cards here. It's our lovely creations for today. Lots of extra stuff. We've got our stamp set here. Remember, we did not use the strawberry today, so that's always one you can use for another day. And what else do we have here? Our envelopes. These are our cute little envelopes that go with them. So if you haven't thought about paper pumpkin before, this might inspire you to think about it. You get a 3-month sneak peek of everything. You can always go and grab the add-on, which gives you some dies if you have a die cut machine. But otherwise, if you just want to create a creative getaway every month, this is a fun little surprise pack. It gives you everything you need. Like I said, all the adhesives, your stamp color, everything you need to make these ones. And it's such a fun surprise. It's like getting Christmas every month, or at least birthday every month, or surprise every month. Thank you so much for watching again. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.